Hello, Sheldon Gould here with S&N Custom Lawn Care in Gladstone, Manitoba. Haven't put a video up for about a couple of days, I think. Can't even remember. But I wanted to do a video tonight to explain why, to kind of explain why the prices are for my services. A lot of people say, yeah, you can go mow a yard. I'll give you $5 or $10 to mow it. Well, as a professional landscaper and tree removal service, snow removal service, you have to understand why we charge, I guess. Why we charge what we do. The reason is because look at our equipment that we have. You know, the average high school kid that you can hire might have a lawnmower that he got for free, or it was donated to him through his family or whatever. But for anybody in the professional business, our equipment costs a fortune, as well as fuel. For instance, my John Deere X530, along with all the attachments that came with it, that mower was worth $25,000. Just for example of equipment, like that John Deere is $25,000, the John Deere X530. My dump trailer, I paid $10,000 for. My Bobcat S510, I paid $38,000 for. My walk behind Husqvarna aerator, I paid $3,000 for. The grapple that goes on my Bobcat S510, I paid $3,000 for. My Lawn Chief 440, I paid, well, it was kind of given to me, but I also paid at the same time. But it's $800. My Stihl pole saw, I paid about $800 for. My Stihl regular chainsaw was about $800. My hedge trimmers, the two of them, I paid about $800 for. My multi-tool Stihl unit that I paid for, that has the edger, the dethatcher, and the mini tiller, I paid about $1,200 for. Stuff's not cheap, and we gotta keep up with repairs. You never know when you're gonna need a repair. Yeah, everything's good. You go out and you do a job and something breaks down. You gotta make sure that you make enough to cover your repairs if something happens. You gotta make sure you make enough to cover your fuel costs, not just in the equipment, but also in your vehicle to get there. I drive a 2010 GMC 2500, and it's not easy on fuel. You put a trailer behind that truck with any equipment in it, your fuel price drops in half. So you got to realize when we show up to a job, yeah, it might take us 20 minutes, half an hour to do a job. But you got to realize the equipment that we have is worth about, say, $1,000, for instance, for basic equipment. You also got labor. You got one or two people working out there, so they're putting their time and effort into it. You also got to realize we hauled a trailer with the equipment in it, and we drove a truck to get to the location that we're working at. So you got to realize there's fuel burnt in your vehicle to get there. There's fuel burnt in your equipment, and there's wear and tear on your equipment. So that's why our prices are the way they are. I live 10 minutes out of town. I also cover a fair large area. I do free estimates within a half an hour of my location. But once you've booked a service, we have to bill you for our mileage because it's not cheap, especially if you're pulling a trailer full of equipment. And nowadays, fuel cost is not cheap. I live in Gladstone, Manitoba, and fuel prices went up today to $1.159. So we are constantly changing our prices to deal basically with the environment. If prices go up in fuel, oil, stuff like that, we got to raise our prices. Everybody gets after me about, well, you know, I could get a high school student to mow my lawn for, say, $10. Well, yeah, go ahead, get the high school student to mow it. But as a professional business owner with high-end equipment, they got to realize the cost of running a company. It's not just the fuel. It's not just the repairs. It's not just getting to the job. There's all the behind-the-scenes stuff as well. There's insurance. I pay about $2,500 a year for insurance. I have to run commercial plates on my truck. With my truck and trailer, it's about $2,400 a year. My equipment is all high-end. I do basic repairs to them and services to keep them up and running. With more blades and stuff like that, they wear out over the season. So you got to replace stuff like that. So you got constant repairs all the time. Running a landscaping business, snow removal business, tree removal business, you got constant repairs. Doesn't matter how well you look after your equipment. There's always repairs. You're always doing oil changes to your equipment, to your vehicles. You got chainsaw chains. You're constantly replacing those. Lawnmower blades, you're constantly replacing those. Nobody understands the repair side of things. They think, oh, you got a mower, you come in, mow my grass, that's it. Yeah, it may look easy, but there's a ton of bills behind everything. You got insurance, you got licensing, you got vehicle licensing, you got to register your name, you got to register under the town that you live in, that you work in. You have to have a business license. You're constantly paying for fuel costs. Constantly repairs. For instance, my John Deere X530 is actually in the shop right now in Portage La Prairie getting tuned up for winter season for snow removal. That's about $5,000 worth of repairs right there. Batteries. Batteries don't last in small equipment. You're constantly replacing batteries. You have to pay the fuel to get into town and back into town. If you're hauling a trailer, that's extra fuel burnt. If you're hauling anything to a dump, you're paying dump fees. It's steady with extra costs that nobody understands. I'm not really complaining about it, but I just want people to understand that our prices are set not just for the service that we do, but everything that is involved in that service, the equipment that we use. Like I said, my John Deere X530 with the attachments is about $25,000. My skid steer is about $38,000. My truck, $28,000. My trailer, $10,000. My walk behind aerator, $3,000. My pull behind aerator, $400. My Aaron's walk behind mower, $800. My pole saw, $800. My regular still saw, $800. My two hedge trimmers, about $800 a piece. And that's naming very few of what I got for equipment here. My multi-purpose still with the dethatcher, the edger, and the mini tiller, about $800. You know, yeah, we come and do a job for, say, $45. That's very little to pay, considering the equipment that we use to do that job for $40 is worth $800. We probably spent $10 of fuel in the equipment, and a good possibility between $25 to $50 in fuel just to get to the job site. So that's why we charge what we do. Also, the labor. You can't expect a guy to work for free. So there's labor on top of that. But nobody seems to understand that. It's a tough business to be in. Doing the landscaping, snow removal, tree removal. Everybody thinks we can do it to a price next to nothing. But like I said, there's a lot goes into it. A lot behind the scenes that people don't know about. A lot of time. It's hard to explain unless you're in the business and you own the equipment. There's a ton of equipment that I got, and it costs a fortune. I don't really know what more to say, really. But I just want to put it out there that this is why our prices are as high as they are. We're not trying to gouge anybody and take advantage of anybody. The prices that we have set, and I'm pretty sure I'm along with the average price of most landscaping companies. But you gotta understand where we're coming from, the wear and tear on equipment, the fuel, and the labor, and the cost of the equipment. That's why we charge what we do. And I just want people to understand that. And I thought I'd just do a short video on that tonight, so that people understand. Anyways, yeah, that's about all I got to say tonight. It's Sheldon Gould with S9 Custom Lawn Care in Gladstone, Manitoba. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, give it the thumbs up. If you have any comments, put them in the comments section below. Make sure you subscribe to our channel on YouTube, S9 Custom Lawn Care. Also, make sure you subscribe to my channels on Facebook. S9 Custom Lawn Care. I got a page and a group for that company. I also have a page for my other company, Sonic Sladen Music Productions. There's a page and a group for that. And if you want to look me up for myself, I'm Sheldon Gould, and I'm under Gladstone, Manitoba. So thanks for watching. It's Sheldon Gould with S9 Custom Lawn Care.